So to become a fully certified Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary, there's 6 different levels of certification. The first was taking inventory of the property, so approximately 50 pages of information gathering our species, our property, types of grass we grow here, wildlife seen. And then the next one was wildlife and habitat management, followed by water quality management, water conservation, chemical use, safety and reduction, as well as outreach and education. By 2011, we achieved these 6 different levels and became a certified Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary. Every 2 years, we have to reapply for certification or get recertified, and expanding in each area of environmental management. The first level of certification was taking inventory of the property. So over 50 pages of data and information was provided, and we sent that off to the Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary, and they reviewed our property and gave us recommendations on how we could naturalize and improve the property. Another level of environmental certification is wildlife and habitat management. As I mentioned earlier, when we did our audit of our property, we identified 57 different bird species back in 2008. Flash forward to 2021, we've actually identified over 100 bird species found on the golf course. And this has been aided by the way that we manage the property, including adding over 80 different bird boxes throughout the property to promote the different bird species, as well as enhancing their habitat by leaving these wildlife trees that you can see are well used by the birds feeding on the insects on this decaying wood. So sometimes when we have trees that are dying, we'll actually just top the tree and leave this here for the birds and insects, and again enhancing their wildlife habitat. As you can see right behind me here, we have deer that are enjoying these new wildlife corridors. So we actually expanded these corridors so we could move our deer population off the fairways and in these long naturalized areas. Another level of the certification process is water quality management. In this case, we have 2 bodies of water, one on our 13th hole and one on our 14th hole. We maintain large buffer zones where we don't apply any fertilizers, allow the grass to grow naturally along the shorelines, as well as a variety of aquatic plant material that will be safe for ducks, for our trout population that we have. Each pond actually has over 200 trout. Each morning we will come out and feed the trout, and they start bubbling on the surface, as you can see. One of the other things that we do to manage our water quality is we will throw in some biological packs. These are enzymes that help digest the sludge as well as reduce weed and algae growth on it. We test our water once a year just to make sure that the water is staying clean and if there's anything that we can do to manage it. We also run pond aerifiers that help provide oxygen into the water, and also just promotes healthier environment for the aquatic life as well as the birds that will use the pond. We're using the pond as well. We have a wood duck box in the pond to hopefully one day promote wood duck population on the ponds. Another level of environmental certification is water conservation. When you look back in the early 1990s, when we used to have a manual irrigation system here at Uplands Golf Club, we used over 38 million gallons a year. In 2001, we installed an automatic irrigation system with individual head control throughout the entire property. Each morning, staff will do a printout of the various run times, and they will go through the entire golf course and make adjustments to each one of these run times. Another tool that they use is a TDR moisture meter, and our irrigation technician will take various readings on here. Our irrigation technician will take readings throughout the golf course on the greens, and will read the moisture levels in the greens. And from there, they will use hand water hoses to top off the moisture levels and bring up our levels that we we need to grow healthy turf. Ideally, we would like to replace the moisture that is lost in any given day. With these changes from a manual system to a fully automated, with this type of technology, we've been able to cut our water consumption by approximately 15 to 17 million gallons. We're running about 20 million gallons a year. That savings is enough to fill up Olympic-sized swimming pool 26 different times. Another level of certification is chemical use reduction and safety. All of our pest control products, or what control products we have in inventory, are stored in a government-approved building, self-contained floor. So if there's ever any leaks of any products, such as fertilizers, they would be contained within the building. We have all the proper signage in place as well as safety. We have fire extinguishers as well nearby for chance of any fires. As well, you wonder what happens with our oil. We actually take all of our oil from our equipment when we're doing oil changes, and these drums are hauled away and the oil is recycled for other uses. And once again, with safety, we start dealing with our fuel tank storage. We don't have large fuel tanks. We try to keep a small amount of inventory in stock in case there is ever a spill. But these tanks are actually double walled and they have a leak alarm system inside. And we have the proper protection with the fuel tanks. When we look at chemical safety use and reduction of pest control products, at Uplands Golf Club, we've made some dramatic changes with the way that we manage our pests on property. For example, we haven't used insecticides for over 28 years. Dealing with any plant material that dies from insect damage, then we'll choose to get different plant material that will survive. As far as using herbicides, we've gone from spraying wall to wall back in the 1980s, now literally just spot spraying any weeds that may cause problems for golfers to find their golf balls. The most common pest control product a golf course may use is a fungicide. And here at Uplands Golf Club, we've actually reduced our fungicide applications by 50%. One of the products that we use is called EcoT. It's a worm cast product that we put inside this brewer here, along with a food source for the worm cast products, and as well as a microbe food source. This brewer will brew 50 gallons of microbes and enzymes over a couple days, and then we apply this in our sprayer and we spray it onto our greens. So now we're introducing literally hundreds of millions of beneficial microbes on a 2 to 3 week basis during the growing season. So this has helped us reduce our fertilizers, reduce our water consumption, and most importantly, reducing our pest control applications such as fungicides. Another product that we use is called Civitas. I did some research and trial work on this product almost 10 or 11 years ago, and once again we saw some dramatic benefits. This is an organic-based product. It's actually a mineral oil, and it has a green pigment. But this product, once applied, it actually primes a plant's natural defense mechanisms. So if a fungus actually attacks the grass plant, the plant is able to fight off the fungus rather than to succumb to fungus infection and then cause large turf decline. So these two products alone have really helped us reduce our fungicide applications, as well as we do regular soil testing to make sure that we're applying only nutrients that we need. So now we've reduced our nutrient applications by an additional 40 to 50% as well. One of the last levels of certification is outreach and education. A big part of what the Audubon International is celebrating the benefits on how it can help us and manage our golf course in an environmental positive manner. We're fortunate enough to have a retired ecologist, Brian Gates, who's helped us with many of our bird box programs as well as our wildlife enhancement projects. And Brian's been a great advocate on sharing his knowledge with presentations to the membership. As well, myself doing videos like this, monthly videos on my Turf Tips YouTube channel, I'm able to share a lot of the environmental practices that we're doing to have the golf course work in harmony with the environment. So becoming a certified Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary has been a huge benefit for Uplands Golf Club, as well as enhancing the environment. Happy golfing, everyone.